learning, growth and development collected over time. It also provides cumulative records. It also provides cumulative records of the child's learning, growth and development of the child over time. Okay? Provides cumulative records of the child's learning, growth and development collected over time. I think that's the point. Limitations. What are the limitations of anecdotal records? What are the limitations of anecdotal records? Number one, the information is less reliable in comparison with other observation instruments. The information given is less reliable in comparison with other observational instruments because it does not yield quantitative results. The information given is less reliable in comparison with other observational instruments because it does not yield quantitative results. Take note, I'm not saying the information given is not reliable, but it is less reliable. It is reliable only that it is less. Number two, the anecdotal records do not reveal the causes of the behaviors being observed. Instead, it provides a vivid description of an event. Anecdotal records do not provide the cause, the causes of the behaviors being observed. Instead, anecdotal records provide a vivid description of an event. So it's like descriptive research. We're just describing who are involved, what is going on, when is the event taking place. But it does not provide you with the answer to the question of why. What is causing the particular behavior. Number three, observers tend to include evaluations and interpretations of behaviors instead of limiting themselves to factual description of events as they occur. The observers tend to include evaluations and interpretations of behavior instead of sticking or limiting themselves to factual descriptions of events as they occur. not you who is slow. Is it possible to say I'm very slow, that's why I can't catch it?
We are trying our best.
Fine. So I'm saying the observers tend to include evaluations and interpretations of behaviors instead of sticking to factual description of events as they occur. Instead of sticking to factual descriptions of events as they occur. So in other words, the main purpose of anecdotal records is to simply describe what is happening and the behavior involved. But we tend to go further to provide evaluations to judge as we try to interpret those behaviors. Okay? And I'm encouraging you actually to be doing that because the relevance of whatever you're going to be doing is to show the connection, is to show the impact that those events have on development, growth, and learning of the children. But the typical aim of the anecdotal records is not to provide those things. The last one, last but not least, anecdotal records are not reliable. Anecdotal records are not reliable because there is a tendency for the biases of the observer to influence the selection of the events to be recorded. Anecdotal records are not reliable. Anecdotal records are not reliable because there is a tendency for the biases of the observer to influence the selection and the recording of events. Number 4, the last one, it's difficult to obtain an adequate measure of the behaviors using anecdotal records, since human behavior is time dependent. It is difficult to obtain adequate measure of behaviors because human behavior is time dependent. It's very, very difficult to obtain an adequate measure of behaviors, since human behavior is time dependent. What it means is, in order for you to obtain an accurate measure or assessment of your behavior, you cannot do it based on one specific event. Mujijewa mwalimu amati alidere kulinga utaenda naye. So for you to know somebody, when you are in dinner, what's the Kamoti? They will be dead. But if you accompany them for some time, they will fake it up until they are able to fake it any longer. Then you will be able to say, you can relate. Right? So, anecdotal records is mango pita. Siku mwendo kapanda ripoti na ile conclusion. Is that true? No. Because you observe human behavior, you cannot make a conclusion just on one occasion. So that's why we're saying it is very, very difficult for you to have 100% confidence that what you have observed is the typical behavior of those involved. If you had time, you would do it again and again and again and again. Maybe for a year or a term or half a year for you to get accurate information. But you don't have that time and the money. Do you? It's only half. Two of you have the time and the money. Questions? No?
Yes.
Yes to questions or yes to no questions?
No.
Fine. So, apart from the anecdotal records, we also have another record which is called checklist. So let's look at what a checklist is and see the differences between a checklist and anecdotal records as observational tools. Okay, so what is a checklist? In terms of definition, a checklist is a list of characteristics or characteristic behavior or actions. Checklist is a list of characteristic behaviors or actions relating to one's personality traits and the performance of those being observed that an observer checks off. A list of characteristic behaviors or actions relating to one's personality traits and the performance of those being observed, which the observer checks off. Relating to one's personality traits and performance, which the observer, of those who are being observed, which the observer checks off. Checks off means putting a tick against a statement. Alright, so Okay, so back. So we're saying the checkbox. You have a list of characteristic behaviors that you want to observe. To do with personality traits or performance of the children and the teachers, which you check off. So in other words, you already have in mind of what you want to observe, isn't it? And then you write them in advance on a paper. So once you get there, you simply observe whether what you expected has been demonstrated. If it has been demonstrated, then you tick against that particular trait, that particular behavior that you are interested in. For example, use of a lesson plan. Okay? So, teacher behavior or activities. This is that's your heading, and this is the color. Right? So SN. Let's see the serial number. Use of lesson plan. So here you put the checkbox. And this is the behavior. This is the activity you are expecting. That the teacher, by the time he or she gets into a class and is delivering a lesson, you expect the teacher to have in advance the lesson plan that has been prepared, isn't it? So, once you observe that the teacher is using a lesson plan, it's a confirmation that has been done. So, you simply tick. Right? So, you have a list of expected and intended behaviors that you anticipate that the teacher should do. On the side of the teacher. Okay? Use of teaching and learning resources. If you want to be more specific, you can actually indicate those resources you expect. For example, we can put books, right? We can put flashcards. We can put what else? Let's say crayons or markers or chalk or even the blackboard or the or even toys or learning corners or learning centers. You can put the whole list. If the teacher demonstrates or utilizes one of these to you, that's a confirmation that the teacher is using resources. You can take. Or you can decide to put each and every resource with its own checkbox for you to know which ones among the resources the teacher has used, instead of just putting them, bundling them together. Because you may have 10 resources, the teacher has only used 2. You have checked as if the teacher is using all of them. So you can design to break it down. Much as all these are falling under teaching and learning resources, but you can separate them to have their own checkboxes for you to get a very good picture of specifically the things that the teacher is doing. Okay? Use of games, use of dance, music, and movement. And then you're having checkboxes, right? So you are cancelling if that one has not been done. You are checking if that has been observed. Alright? Scaffolding of learning is the teacher providing individual support to those learners that are struggling with the children. Okay? High level engagement. Of learners. Is the teacher doing this? Use of transitions. Is the teacher able to transition to use certain activities when moving from one activity to another activity? Is she using transitions? So you can have a whole list. And have a whole list. You can even separate this into when you're looking at teacher behaviors, you can separate these into sub themes. Okay. For example, teacher behaviors and activities during lesson delivery. It means these activities and behaviors will fall under lesson delivery. You can also have a section, teacher behaviors and activities during free time. We call it free play time. Free play time. And you can put this free play time as outdoor, because we've got two types of free play time in a preschool program. We've got the indoor free play time and outdoor free play time. So indoor free play time takes place in the morning when the children come. And it takes almost 20 to 40 minutes. And then we've got the free play time when the children are outdoor playing. Usually this one happens around, it can be before break time or immediately after break time. So you can put it either 9:30, 10:30, around that. But it should last, let's say 10-15. What are the behaviors that the teacher is showing during that time? What are the teacher's behaviors during stable time? You know stable time? Stable time? Huh? We've got two types of group times. Large group time and a small group time. The second time is an example of a large group time. This is where all the learners are together as a focus. We can even mix the classes. The 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds together. That's a large group time. Usually, this one is compared to the assembly time in primary and secondary school, right? But in ECD, we don't call it assembly. The second time. Because we have to put them in the circle anyway. We have to put them in the circle, whether they're standing or sitting down. So, you can do several times, either every morning, or twice in a week, 3 times in a week, depending on what you're going to be doing. But it's recommended to do it each and every day.
Before grade.
No, once they arrive and because you begin with indoor free play time. After indoor free play time, that's when you can single time. And because this is where they do the dates of the week, the weather. The calendar, they also, yes, it works very well here. The calendar. But you don't just stick to those things, you do more. You can even introduce the curve because we teach using themes in the preschool. So you introduce the theme. It can be the curve of that particular week. Because we put it in weeks. So you have to know all these things. Know how we schedule. Know how we teach. You may not necessarily be a teacher. But you have to know how it's done, what happens. Okay? And you have to know what does the teacher do. What is the teacher supposed to be doing during this time? During routine times. What are the routine times at the preschool program? So, second time, if it's done daily, it means it's going to be a routine time. Then you have got cleanup. Yeah, cleanup time. Because cleanup time comes each and every day when they finish an activity. Right? So, you can have snack, others will call it break time or start time. If it's a program that includes lunch will also be there. Okay? You have to include toilet time each and every day. Some will do it in the morning when they come, or after some time, after some lessons and activities, and then the outdoor free play time is also a routine, because it has to happen each and every day. But the lessons are not routine because you vary. Monday to Atopuza Monday class, Tuesday, Dr. Monday, moral studies, Wednesday, another music. So those ones are not routine. Routine are those activities which will happen daily and at the same time. So if you're having a checklist, you also have to indicate what will the teacher be doing during this time. What will the teacher be doing during this time? For example, here they would introduces leader of the week, for example, checkbox, right? Introduces whatever, or communicates rules, of conduct and behavior. So during second time, the teachers also will repeat to the learners how they should conduct themselves, how they should behave in the class or in the school, so on and so forth. I like ECD. Yeah, it's a very, very interesting education program. Any questions?
When observing, we only observe your behaviors we can improve.
You can include learners, but only separate. So don't, when you are focused on teachers, focus just on teachers and behaviors. And then have a separate forum where you also observe children's behaviors. So it depends on how you're going to arrange your page. If it's a hardcover, one page might be for teachers and the other page for the lessons. So it's the same thing. During lessons, during lessons, what would be the relevant behavior? And then you indicate. Yeah. So you also have to anticipate some of the behaviors from the children during the lessons. For example, so during lessons, right? Okay? So children engage in teacher-led activities. Okay. So this is the box. This is our box. So you expect that during the lesson, the teacher will have certain activities, right? And then the expectation is the children should be engaged. Should be engaged. Or should be involved. So you're asking yourself, as I'm looking at the lesson, are the children participating? But I'm using the word engage deliberately. Because just to participate, some children can participate but not concentrate. Engage is a powerful word in the sense that you have the children paying attention both physically and mentally as well. Not just being present. So are they really engaged? Because that's what we want. In ECD, our aim is to get the children more involved into the activity. So you're checking that one. Yeah? Engaged. 2. Involved in the child-led activities. So lessons should include both teacher-led and child-led activities. So the expectation is that the children will also be allowed to facilitate their own learning by being involved in activities that are being led by the child. So teachers will simply give instructions. Teachers will simply give them instructions, be in groups of 5 and do ABC, be in groups of 5, or can you be in your another group can be in the art corner, another group can be in a fantasy corner, others can be in a manipulative or block, center or corner. I mean, block corner, for example, or manipulative corner, they may be instructed because block corner mabanga building must touch the society. Can you build a house? Yeah. They don't have a banana 5 or 6. And then those that are at the arch is whenever so jambula jambula. Then the teacher will tell them, can you draw and carve a house? They are doing different activities but focusing on one concept, one thing about the house. You get the idea? So what the children are doing is child-led. So you are saying, is that happening? So you also teach, check off if it's happening or cancel if it's not happening. So this is during lesson. Then, as I said, during outdoor play, free time, you also have a list. Here, we need to talk about components of the preschool program. Ready? Yes. So once we're done with my tools, then we are going to do components of the preschool program. Of course, those things are not part of your curriculum. We teach them during our short courses. This is the short courses. For the sake of you who still cover
That's 60,000 there.
50,000 there. Hey,
Look with
50,000. That's what we do here. And we actually teach even the curriculum. We cover it. Today we can hear cover things which are not covered. This is what practicum.